What up, Knicks fans? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Give me a follow over on Twitter at _. That's another way you can stay up to date on the latest Knicks news and rumors. I'm going to break all those down in today's show. We have some Cam Reddish rumors, We also have some juice on Evan Fournier, and we're going to talk about Gordon Hayward because Fred Katz of The Athletic has listed Hayward as a potential trade target for the New York Knicks. But let's start with a little bit of a rumor out there, some theories going on in the Knicks Twitter streets. Could an RJ Barrett trade be coming here pretty soon? And this started because on Sunday against these Philadelphia 76ers, RJ Barrett was literally a scratch from the lineup due to an illness 5 minutes before tip-off. Why wasn't he a scratch when you have to report the lineups an hour and a half before the game? How come nobody talked about RJ Barrett being sick at all? He played the day before. He was just fine. And then somehow, 5 minutes before the game, he was a scratch from the game against the Philadelphia 76ers. We know that the New York Knicks were shopping RJ Barrett this summer in those Donovan Mitchell trade talks. And right now, the way he's playing, I think he's somewhat upped his trade value, but it's the inconsistencies for me with RJ Barrett. His good games, like the game against the Miami Heat just a couple of days ago, he was really good. The game against the Los Angeles Clippers on Saturday night, he was god-awful. He just went through a stretch where he missed 15 straight threes from beyond the arc. I mean, the raw numbers look good. 20 points per game, 5+ rebounds, almost 3 assists, 43% from the field, a little bit low, but I think that's actually a career high for RJ Barrett. And just 2 weeks ago, or last week, before 15 straight missed threes, RJ was shooting 34% from downtown. I do believe this to be true. RJ Barrett will be involved in any big trade that the New York Knicks are going to make. He is their one young trade chip at the age of 22 that has a big enough salary to match the incoming salaries from other teams, and he has some interest across the league. I would hate to see RJ Barrett go, but I almost wonder if the Knicks will ever reach their ceiling with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle on this team. And because I believe that the Knicks will never trade Julius Randle, they might turn towards a guy like RJ Barrett being traded. Is it fair? No. He's 22 years old. And they told you what they thought of him this summer. They dangled RJ Barrett in the face of Danny Ainge all summer long, hoping that Ainge would bite and then they could flip him for Donovan Mitchell. Supposedly the deal was done. At least that's what Donovan Mitchell said. And my point to say this, and I said it just a second ago. Once the Knicks, or when the Knicks, if the Knicks, finally, if they make a move for a blockbuster trade for the reason that Leon Rose was brought here, unfortunately, I believe RJ Barrett will be met in that trade. I think it might be best case scenario, unfortunate for the way this current roster is constructed, because I have been very upset with the lack of defense that this player has showed. RJ Barrett has taken a step back in the defensive category. Never thought that would be happen. And he's just too inconsistent. I don't know if you can be a player in the NBA that can close games that, one, can't hit open threes, even though he did hit a big one against the Boston Celtics the other night, and you can't guard anybody. You already got a guy in Julius Randle that's inconsistent from three, and he can't really guard anybody. So I want to ask this question. It's tough to ask. What to do with RJ Barrett? Should they trade him? Should they keep him? I would keep him and hold on to him for as long as I possibly could. I would be perfectly happy if RJ Barrett finished his career with the New York Knicks. But just reading the tea leaves, doing all the research that I do and talking to some people that I talk to, it just doesn't sound like RJ is going to have a long career with the New York Knicks. I hope I'm wrong. What would you do? Trade him? Keep him? Type T for trade. Type K for keep. All I know is that you guys better be subscribed to the channel, because with the NBA trade deadline just 2 days away, our coverage is going to heat up. We've been giving you videos every single day for the past couple of weeks, but these next 2 days, we'll have probably multiple videos going out, and we're going to go live on Thursday, and we're going live later tonight for the game against the Orlando Magic. We do it all here on New York Knicks Now. News, rumors, trade rumors, and live watch parties. The quadruple fecta. We just get it done. Hit that big red button. Be in the know. Subscribe today. Good old Cameron Reddish. The trade rumors continues to surround Cam Reddish. And now it seems like, according to Brett Siegel, that the Cleveland Cavaliers could be interested in the 6'8 swingman. This is what Brett had to say. He said, along with the Bucks, Lakers, and Mavericks still having a level of interest in New York Knicks forward Cam Reddish, the Cleveland Cavaliers have also reached out to New York recently in regards to the 23-year-old wing. The Knicks are seeking a second-round pick for Reddish, something Cleveland is willing to give up. If the Cavs were to trade for Reddish, either Cedi Osman or Dylan Windler would likely be sent to the Knicks in an attempt for them to remain below the tax line. I mean, the Knicks have been shopping Cam Reddish for months at this point as he continues to collect DNPs on the bench. And they've said all they want is a second-round pick, and they can't find a way to get it done. At this point, get what you get and don't throw a fit. It's a crime. It's a travesty that Cam Reddish can't find minutes on a team that could desperately use a 6'8" athletic wing to come off the bench. But him and Tom Thibodeau clearly got into it when Reddish complained to an assistant coach. They didn't like the way Tom Thibodeau was using him. So now we are where we are. And Tom Thibodeau is going to remain the coach, and Cam Reddish will not play for the New York Knicks anymore. I mean, we haven't even seen him play in the couple of games RJ Barrett has missed. So this is a trade idea we found on the internet here at Chat Sports. Dylan Windler, the young player out of Liberty, correct? And a future second-round pick. Windler's just there to match the salary. You're making this pick for a second-round trade. You may even waive Windler after this move. I mean, getting a player and a pick back for Cam, you take it and run, but it's just unfortunate that this is what this has come to. You just traded a first-round pick for Cam Reddish last year, and now you're circling back, hoping and praying that you can get a second-round pick for him. The mismanagement of this asset is criminal. It's a joke, and I think it's funny that you see a team like the Mavs and a team like the Cavs and a team like the Bucks and the Lakers all have interest in Cam Reddish and teams that want to win, and the Knicks just want to sit him on the bench. I hate that we've come this far. I was never a Cam Reddish believer, but I saw during the season that he has some juice, length, size, and defensive ability to be on a roster on a team that's competing for a sixth spot, but I guess Tom Thibodeau disagrees. Would you make this trade? It's pretty much Reddish for a second-round pick. Type A for accept, D for decline. I would love to say no, but he's never going to play for the Knicks again, so you might as well get what you can get. Evan Fournier. The Knicks don't want to attach a pick to get rid of Evan Fournier's contract, and I kind of feel that. I don't really want to trade a first-round pick either, and if you can get anything from him, kind of like you did on Sunday against the 76ers, which, to be honest, you should be able to get that from him. All he did was knock down threes. That's all he's done his whole career. There's no reason that Evan Fournier can't knock down threes off this bench and give you productive minutes and an outside shooting threat. But he hasn't been able to do that. Look, maybe he builds off that Sixers game and gets some confidence. I mean, he called it a one-night stand. We've all had a couple one-night stands that lasted more than one night. Hopefully that happens with the New York Knicks and Evan Fournier. This trade idea comes from the Athletic Fred Katz, one of the best in the biz. He had the Knicks receiving Gordon Hayward in a second-round pick for Evan Fournier, Cam Reddish, and Svi Mykhailiuk. I mean, sure, but Gordon Hayward sucks at this point, and he's injured. And I'm really not all that interested in this trade. This is what Fred Katz had to say about it. He said, I bet the Hornets would believe they should be the ones getting the pick too, since they are giving up the best player in the deal. As cumbersome as Hayward's contract is, and as injury prone as he's been, he's still levels above any of the players that Charlotte would receive here. I kind of disagree with that. If Hayward were healthy, he'd play regularly for the Knicks. Reddish, Fournier, and Mykhailiuk do not. Well, the thing is, Fred, he's not. And if I was 7'10", I'd be in the NBA and be making billions, and I've been having biddies all over me. We don't live in a what-if world, Mr. Katz. Hayward is not healthy. He's never been healthy, and to be honest with you, he's been playing like dog water this season. The man is shooting the same three-point percentage as Miles McBride. The last thing I need on this Knicks roster is someone that is effective inside the perimeter and ineffective outside of the perimeter. If the 76ers game didn't show you anything, it should have showed you this. The Knicks need freaking more shooting. And when there's more shooting on the field, on the floor, it makes it easier for Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and everyone else on this roster. The Knicks need more shooting. They don't need another point forward that needs the ball in their hands, can't play off ball, and clanks up threes and builds bricks to build a house in Madison Square Garden. I am not interested in Gordon Hayward. The contract sucks. To be quite frank, he sucks at this point. He can't make shots, and it's a shot-making league. Would you trade Evan Fournier, though, for Gordon Hayward? It sucks. This is where we're at. Like we're trading shit for less shit. Y for yes, N for no. Just make a frickin' trade, Knicks. You need two things: more perimeter defense and more three-point shooting. And Gordon Hayward, he can't defend a lick. He couldn't even guard me out there. I appreciate everyone for tuning into the show. If you made this far in the video, that means you're a real one. So go down in the comment section and type real one. So when I go in the comment section, I know you finished this video.